So one of the things that I'm really interested in as well is habit forming. So I have spoken to lots of people who do lots of interesting things, and most of it sounds like it could be effective. And I try lots of different things, usually for about a week, and then do something different. And how do you, well, do you get an effect from a sound bath just from doing it once, and is that enough? How often do you think you need to do it? And how can you convince yourself, or how can you convince me, or how can I convince me to actually stick at something?
I don't convince anybody to stick at anything, but I run a fortnightly sound bath. So I run various sound baths all over, like one off, just like so people can come and I'll do the Buddhist temple once a month and stuff like that. But every 2 weeks, I keep one at my local church hall for the people that want the consistency of a sound bath, and I keep that at a low price. My rent on the church hall isn't extortionate like some other buildings I pay for are a bit more pricey, so I have to charge more for the sound baths. But the rent at the church hall is reasonable, so I keep that every 2 weeks. So my regulars that want to keep it up can keep it up, and a lot of them do have a habit with the sound. And I think if you move your sound baths around a lot, it's not easy for the people that come to have that consistency. Whereas all the regulars that come there know that that is always there every 2 weeks. Like it never changes. That's the deal, and that's what we do. But you would have benefits from a one-off sound bath, but I think coming as and when you feel overwhelmed, coming and having that release and that time for yourself and the self-care side of it is majorly important.
I suppose that's
Um,
the thing, isn't it? It's making a choice to spend time on yourself.
Yeah, it's giving yourself permission to have that time as well. I think a lot of people are just so caught up in the rat race and the world's just see that's what I love about these frequencies as well. So all of these frequencies have been used for thousands of years for healing, and they're designed to slow your body down, like your classical musics and stuff were played at this rate. Now everything on the radio is dubbed up to high speed. The nervous system absolutely hates it, but yet people listen to it all day long, which is absolutely insane. Like, I think the world now is just designed for utter dysregulation. Like, the way we work, if you think about times before, men went to work, women stayed at home with the children, and they had community. And the neighbours and the kids all sat out in the street, and they always had other women to talk to in that sense of sisterhood and community. And now men work, women work, kids go to out of school clubs, kids go to activities out of school, women are going to fitness classes because everyone needs to be skinny and perfect, and everyone needs to update the Instagram with all these images and before you know it, your brain's absolutely fried. You don't know whether you're Arthur or Martha, your nervous system is ready for a breakdown. And I just think to listen to the sounds at this frequency, like your solfeggios, your 432s, your 528s, like most of the music I listen to outside. I mean, don't get us wrong, if I'm with my friends, I'll listen to the old girly pop song, and I do like other music, I do. But if I'm by myself or I'm in the car or I'm sitting in here tidying up or whatever, I'll always play a relaxing frequency because I think the nervous system just needs that break from that fast, 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 fast. Everything is so fast. And I
Yeah.
think it's about making time for yourself, whether it is having a bath and listening to a 432 with some candles, whether it's going to a sound bath, whether it's going to a meditation. You have to at some point say, right, I'm going to look after my nervous system, because if you don't, you're heading for disease, dysregulation, anxiety, every symptom that is thrown up. Well, in my belief anyway, in what I've been through, and which wasn't easy. Like, I was at the point of some days I was having 7 panic attacks a day when my nervous system was at its most dysregulated. Um, I was bedbound, having panic attacks out of the blue for no reason, and every single one of them things, I believe, was a symptom from my body, because I wasn't listening to my body, because I was so disconnected from the body. And I think getting back into the body incrementally, just orienting into your surroundings, listen to healing frequencies, taking that time out is just a massive. They should be taught it in school.
Yes. So you might not necessarily get the opportunity to go to a sound bath on a regular basis, but what you've described there is having the frequencies. So playing from YouTube or something like that, and having a bath with candles. Now that's
Get up
something
every
that,
morning, play a nice, relaxing frequency, eat a healthy breakfast, mindfully eat your breakfast, spend 10 minutes on the mat doing some breath work, or 5 minutes doing some gentle stretches, go for a walk, look at the sun, take a supplement, just do something that's going to head towards you being a better person every day, and have a routine of it, even if it is 10 minutes on a morning.
and how have you been able to create that routine for you?
That was a good one, because it was hard, because I had to create a routine I couldn't create a routine that a normal person would create. I had to start with a routine from bed. So, and that's how I got out of bed, by having that consistency, that routine. So I would get up on a morning, well, I wouldn't get up. I would go to the toilet and go back to bed, and I would do a 10-minute visualization of me well every day. I had to do that every morning. I had to visualize myself well. I had to visualize what I was going to do when I was well. I had to do a lot of brain retraining, visualizations, brain retraining, breath work, things like that. But I had to keep it up every day. So every day I would make sure I ate a healthy meal. I would try, like, on my to-do list at the time was try to take a shower, try to have a bath, because they were the little things I could do. So I would have them on my thing. And then from there, it got to the healthy breakfast, the breath work, visualization, to walk 5 minutes, walk 10 minutes. And sometimes I was walking the 5 minutes for 3 weeks, then the 10 minutes for 2 weeks. And then sometimes I would have another crash and have to start that again. But it was that determination, the consistency, and investing in myself again, and believing in myself and trusting myself. I think a lot of people lose trust with the self, and everyone's looking for the answers out there, and they're not there. They're in here. Like, you can look out there, and don't get us wrong, I did it myself. I was desperate when I was bedbound. I paid this practitioner, that practitioner, to tell us things I already knew. And it didn't move the needle, because I could know all of them things. Unless you're putting it's all right having all of the knowledge, unless you're putting that into practice, it's absolutely pointless, worthless, means nothing.
And it's almost like, because I don't have to do it,
Yeah,
I'm not in that desperate place. I have to find a way of convincing myself and inspiring myself to do it. And I think there's something about believing in yourself. I think that's really, really important.
definitely. You have to have trust in yourself. I think with all the traumas and bereavements, a few of those were suicide. So because I was a counsellor and I didn't see that in my friends, and I doubted myself, and how did I not know, and blah blah blah, and I lost a lot of trust and a lot of faith in me, because of things that had happened around us that I had no control over. But I thought I could control it, but in hindsight, you can't control anything. It's all an illusion. But at the time, I blamed myself. I took all that on. I carried the guilt, I carried the shame, I carried everything that came with it, and stopped trusting in me, and my body created disease. It gave us symptoms to show us what I shouldn't be doing.
I've got a friend with chronic fatigue, and she was housebound for a long time. And I remember kind of very early in her healing journey, she sat me down, and because I am a workaholic, more so then than now. And she sat me down and she said, "You carry on the way you're going and you're going to end up like me."
That's what I said to my best friend for years.
And it was a scary thing to hear. And I don't know how much I've taken on board. I think I have.
But have you really?
Not enough.
Do you still work a lot?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And I've got a toddler.
Oh
I'm a
God,
single mum.
that's enough to that's enough to give anyone a me.
So I am trying to practice what I preach, and I'm having these moments, and I did something I'm really proud of this today. So today was my little one's first full day in nursery. So she's going to be doing Mondays and Fridays, full days, and half days the rest of the week. And so I dropped her off at 8 o'clock. And then I went and bought myself a breakfast bagel with smoked salmon and cream cheese. And I sat there, I brought it into work, made myself a coffee, and I sat and I had my bagel. And I thought there's just something about, instead of treating yourself at the end of a week, I thought I'd start my week with something nice. So that's my bit
And
of
it is,
personal
it's about
affirmation.
them little things, like, like I'm allowed to sit here and eat something I enjoy in quiet and enjoy it. I think that was the thing with me as well. When I was a workaholic, I was eating on the go. I didn't even sit down to eat a meal. I was just ramming food in as I was running around like a headless chicken. And now I do sit and chew me food and eat me food and digest me food, and even things like that. It's got a lot to be said. Like,
Definitely, definitely. So, any final thoughts before we wrap up?
I think it's been very interesting, and I love not selling sound, but opening people up to sound, because I just think like sound is profound, and I just think if you haven't tried it, try it. I think it's definitely something everyone should try, and I don't know what way I'd be without it. Like, I generally don't know where my life would be without it. And that's kind of what inspired my business name as well, because I went from this hell of a person. My business name is called the Butterfly Process. So it was because I was cocooned in this life that was so unhealthy, and I had to like die in it and be reborn into what I am and what I do, and it's been a process. So
Brilliant.
that's why. And eventually I would like to write a book on sound, and how it's changed my life and all the other bits and pieces. I mean, it'd be an interesting read. But
Is it going to be
that's,
called Sound is Profound?
I don't know.
That's,
I haven't
that's a good
decided.
tagline.
Or the butterfly process. I don't know.
Both of them are good. Well,
But
thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining me. It's been so interesting.
and I'm more than. Have you been to a sound bath before? No.
I think I experienced some sort of sound bath long time ago, but it didn't have, there was a lot of singing bowls, there wasn't battles. So I'm definitely up for trying something.
Right. Well, if you want to come and see me for a one-on-one, I'm happy to give you one. Just contact us whenever you want to, and I'll
Will
fit you
do.
in.
I will do. Brilliant. Thank you very
Oh,
much.
it was lovely. Thank you.